they're going to charge in and out. Sure, you have the Wind Ranger Shackle, but I believe you still need more control. You need slows, which the Viper can provide, but you can't hold the front line with any of your current heroes, which is why I think an offlane tanky hero should be better. And there it is, Tidehunter coming in with the slow from his shard, coming in with the and the slow with the gush, coming in with the stun with his ravage, and coming in as an aura builder, or maybe even just that tanky front line that Kopite really needed up until this point. Taking a look at both of these two drafts, though, I'm not exactly sure of who comes out ahead. I don't think either side comes out ahead that much. Uh, I do think that it is a 50-50 draft. It will just come down to who is able to play the better game. And I will adjust my mic volume. I was casting for a different tournament yesterday, and I had it reduced, but there we go. My mic volume has been increased. Should be fine now. The propeller on the gyrocopter seems a bit interesting to see, but we will be heading into the game shortly enough, of course. There we go. And I will, if the logos aren't available, I will adjust them from my end, so you don't have to worry about that, guys. Let's see. The logo for Mervox is there, not for the logo on Kopite, so I will just adjust it from my end, just to be just for you guys not to have any confusion about which team is playing which side. There we go. So the logo for Kopite should be on your screen now. Over on the Radiant side, let's see what they can do. They do have Chucky playing on the Wind Ranger. Certainly, it is the Southeast Asian teams that have paved the way for Wind Rangers to be playing on the carry position. OG did it first, and now everyone seems to want a piece of the pie. Some old chat that I can't really understand, because most of these players know each other too at the end of the day. Five-man smoke coming about from Mervox, as they won't really find anyone in this jungle. No one is really present close by.
The battle begins.
Bounty rune going 2 for 2 for both of these two teams, as neither side actually comes out on top with it. And it's actually going to be Jolibe as the position 5 Snapfire. Chucky is going to take a bow, though. It is going to be first blood drawn. He does not have his win run. Helmi Ibrahim will be able to pick up that kill, as that is the early game head start that Mervox were looking for with the little 5-man smoke. They may not have found someone initially, but this is a big kill to grab up. Now, it is just on a support, and you have to consider the fact that assist gold has been nerfed quite a bit. But anyone who gets the first blood will be having a good enough time. As mid lane, Kui versus Anya, Viper versus the Nature's Prophet is an interesting matchup, right? Normally the Viper is supposed to dominate lanes, but Nature's Prophet, Kui has the stability of that Sprout coming in. And you have such a high attack range against the Viper. I really doubt that Anya can close the distance unless you have a Spirit Breaker charge coming in. Sure, you have another Nether Toxin as, you know, and a few fair abilities to actually zone Kui back with. But it's not as if it's going to be one of those straight up lanes where the Viper is supposed to dominate. I think it's going to be a lot harder to do that against Kui, particularly on his Nature's Prophet, as Kui is a bit stuck inside his own sprout there, but it's gonna be fine. Anya will not choose to force anything here. Doesn't have the poison attacks. He went for the level 2 nether toxin, so you're not gonna have that against Kui. And this is the farming build for the Vipers. It's a bit similar to the Alchemist, where you have the chemical spray and you just spray down the creeps. Just flash farm using that as your farming tool. But the drawback to that technique is that you don't end up winning the lane like you would want to. Top side, Youngji, Helmi Ibrahim, Jaro, and Jakiro. This is pretty much a stable lane. They have 2 melee heroes against them, and I really doubt that Hatchet is gonna go in too much on towards Youngji. He'll end up eating the barrage. Sure, he went for the Kraken Shell facet, but he needs kills before he can, you know, have that permanent damage block added into him. Meanwhile, you can always have that Kraken Shell. The Kraken Shell permanent damage, or rather, the activated damage block is insane. 150 damage block at that level 4 mark when you activate it for a decent enough time, 4 seconds. Sure, it's at the cost of 40 movement speed, but it's still pretty darn good. Helmi. Once again, a barrage comes out on Bury the Hatchet. He is under the safety of his creeps though, as the creeps will absorb a lot of the damage. But he is zoned entirely back. He actually has no sustained items in his inventory. So he'll be relying on the courier to bring him his items, but this is not exactly a lane that's working out too well in his favor. You take a look at his lost hits, he only has about 10. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Courier's all going to be sniped out. Playhard wanted to go for the lost courier too, but he took too much damage. The power shot also coming out as the Wind Ranger has gone for the kill shot. This is not the facet that Wind Ranger carries are supposed to go for. You're supposed to go for the Shackle facet, which allows you to amplify your attack damage by a huge margin. As Bury the Hatchet does end up going down towards that top lane. Turned out that Kui's entry there makes this backline movement by the Tidehunter difficult to pull off. At the same time, homing missile on towards Cassie. He is going to throw out the charge. Should be able to cover a great distance before he gets hit by the missile. As he might still end up going down. Kui is coming in, has the level 3 sprout, and that is a dead Spirit Breaker. 3 kills up for Mervox. As they are winning the kills exchange. They're also winning in terms of, or rather not too far behind in terms of lost hits. They're winning the lost hit exchange in the sense that Nas is so far ahead of that Tidehunter. He has double his CS. And this could be problematic because you're playing with a lineup that is designed to create pickoffs on the Kopite side. You have the Spirit Breaker. You have the Viper. But I suppose they need more experience, more kills to be able to get something going for them in that way. Chucky isn't going to get skewered, but the Nature's Wrath comes out as it is a Viper strike on the Batrider, but they've already lost Chucky. Their carry has gone down as Cassie comes in with a charge, but it's not on any hero. Jolibay is the one going to fall next. A 2 for 1 as it's still not over. It's actually Anya who's the bigger target. Sprouted down and has been hit by the duel breath by Helmi Ibrahim. He will end up going down as Cassie might end up being the 4th casualty. Chucky will end up teleporting back into the lane as, oh, the spear misses, but the rebuke was there. Cassie held in, but the shackle shot coming in from Chucky will hold Helmi Ibrahim in place. The only problem is Chucky can't close the kill. Nas certainly can though, as he takes Cassie out. As Chucky, he has come back into the lane and needs to be a bit careful. The power shot able to take Helmi Ibrahim out as Jolibay makes quick work of Nas. overall, not a bad fight for Kopites. They did pick up 3 kills in that entire exchange, but Mervox did pick up the 4. And Mervox got the carry down, all the while their gyrocopter was farming away. I think Playhard is dead, but Chucky might also be dead here. It has the win run. One more hit by Kui. A dominating streak now being built up by this Nature's Prophet. As Jollibee will pick up the little money bags there. But now just needs to try to make his way out. Nas will miss a spear again. These are 2 spears that he has missed on heroes that would have been confirmed kills. I believe the first one he missed, he was able to find the kill regardless, but it ended up resulting in a trade because of that missed spear. Overall, not too bad. They find a nice setup on towards Nas. The arena does come out though, and they find a skewer on towards Chucky. They will not be able to pick up the kill on the Mars. There is a Spirit Breaker charging in, but he will cancel the charge. He does not want to wander on towards the 3. As this Wind Ranger has died about 4 times now for Kopites, and it's certainly not going to be a good look.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Cassie held in, has the charge. Homing missile once again, not going to land in time, but no, it might actually catch him. Cassie will be able to outrun the homing missile space.
Dire's middle tower
And
is under attack.
maybe wants to go back. Anya is there with the Viper Strike, has the Boots of Travel up on the Viper. I've always wondered if the Boots of Travel first item pickup for the Viper is actually worth it, because you end up giving so much away in place of it that it might not be worth it in the same way. Meanwhile, another charge coming in, but they've already lost Jollibee. Viper cannot do much. The Ice Path is actually going to capture Cassie before he can come in, but the Ravage coming in by Bury the Hatchet will catch the 3. The only question is, can they actually take Youngji down before he does irreparable damage? The power shot coming in from Chucky will make up for the gap, as they are able to take Youngji out. The Viper is able to teleport out. Hatchet is trying to go for the escape too. Will be able to find the Chucky coming in clutch for his team, but this is a carry Wind Ranger that had to provide the saving grace there for their team to escape. It's not exactly a clean escape, as they did lose a few heroes, but getting the gyrocopter kill is certainly the biggest benefit to them. The Viper is at the very top of the network chart, but that might change soon. Jollibee is stuck inside of the arena and will end up going down. Has the Ash Legion
Radiant's middle tower
neutral item, so that's in my opinion, the best tier 1 neutral item you can grab.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Chucky? Oh no, Chucky. Oh no, Cassie, and he isn't going to be able to make the escape. Youngji ends up with a double kill, and they just got the gyrocopter down a minute ago, but it's a 4,000, 5,000 lead up for Mervox currently. Really seems like they have everything going their way, and the only person that can change things up is that Viper, but Anya, he has that Boots of Travel. So really, does Anya have 5,000 net worth, or does he have 3,000 net worth? Because his Boots of Travel don't help him in the team fights, don't help him with these skirmishes, outside of having, you know, some more movement speed. But it's not even a whole lot of movement speed, right? It's not as if he's running with max movement speed here. He's 365, which is the movement speed that you have with just having the Boots of Travel, or rather any boots up. Great kill to be found on Kui though. Spirit Breaker and Jollibee, the support duo coming in from Kopites, able to find the Nature's Prophet and find that unstoppable streak going their way. Slow down the NP up a bit, as he's very close to his Maelstrom. A gyrocopter also building up. And this will be 2 carries against Kopites. I'm not exactly sure if they can fight back the same way. if they don't have Chucky farmed up, he is very far away from his Maelstrom, just has that Gloves of Haste. So it's not as if he's been having a good time here.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Cassie. Wants to be going on forward.
Dire are scanning.
We'll just break the inverse actually. As Nas almost has his use, just needs about 250 gold to be able to acquire it. Once you have the use, you have that natural setup. Not to mention, the use is so good against the Spirit Breaker. I know you either go for the use of the Blink Dagger or on the Mars, but in this game in particular, the use is just can work out wonders. You can have that Dispel, dodge at the Shackle, you know, cancel the Spirit Breaker charge on your own if you see it coming. It is the early to mid. It is the early game, so the Spirit Breaker charge doesn't come in all that quickly. Play hard. Is going to get hit by the Mortimers. Can he dodge his way out of these? He can. Jolibe unable to pick up the kill there, which ideally he should have been, but he instead just throws out the yeehaw. Nas with the Eels now over on the top lane. Surprising the Gyrocopter, Youngji hasn't built up the Windlace. I think the Windlace is actually a great item on anyone. That plus 15 movement speed is pretty good. Shrine of Wisdom being collected up as Bury the Hatchet senses something is awry. He will just make his way back into the triangle, and I doubt that Nas wants to continue with the chase. They'll just go back, acquire the tier 1 tower while they can.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Again, tier 1 tower under threat. It's actually Mervox who are now grouping up to take several of these towers out. They realize just how ahead they are. Perhaps they
Radiant's middle tower has
don't exactly realize it, but they see the Wind Ranger and how little farm Chucky actually possesses. Just a Maelstrom to his name means that he's actually very killable. Nas will not be able to spot out that Wind Ranger in time. Chucky will be able to get away, but it's towards that mid lane where they find another strike. Youngji in danger, but actually it's Cassie who cannot make his way back to that high ground. He will end up going down to the macro pyre. Mervox certainly having a good time, all things considered.
Grab the apple.
Play hard. With the blink, or rather, he does have a blink dagger.
are scanning.
So they have so many ways to actually initiate.
We'll get there.
Kui can start up a fight. The Nas can go in with the use. Play hard can jump in with the blink dagger, and there aren't exactly too many ways that Kopites can start a fight. They don't have a blink dagger up on Hatchet. He is going for the Pipe of Insight, but he is super behind in terms of farm. And so the question becomes, who is going to be doing the initiating? Is it going to be their Spirit Breaker that will just decide to charge in? As Cassie does find the charge and the bash on Helmi Ibrahim. However, if the Shackle Shot hold Nals in place, Playhard will go in to grab Anya up, but this is going to be a bit of a mistake because the amount of firepower they'll receive in return is going to be a bit too much. 3 heroes to fall from Mervox as they committed to an overly ambitious team fight. Young G. Cassie. Both of these heroes creating their distance, and then their strike, or rather the Viper strike, not really going to do too much to Helmi Ibrahim there. I think as long as there is that short gap between Mervox and Kopites can't fight. They want to fight from a distance. The Viper just to dish out the poisons. The the Snapfire Jollibee wants to dish out the Mortimers, the Wind Ranger with the Shackle Shot and the Power Shot. Every spell, or rather the advantage the Kopites have is from a distance. If the gap closes, then the barrage comes in. The lasso, the Macropyre, the Mars with his rebuke and the spear, just a bit too much. Playhard is hunting. It's going to be Hatchet who's revealed Playhard's position. It's the Nether Strike that will come in alongside that Ravage. It'll catch up the 3 as Anas does throw out his spear. Finds that Spirit Breaker, will be able to take him out, but Young G is in trouble. Might end up going down. In fact, his kill should be guaranteed with Chucky chasing after the Gyrocopter. Young G, one more hit is required as Chucky will pick up the kill. Anya will pick up Kui as Mervox simply collapse. Having lost most of their lineup, only the Mars is able to make it back to his base.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is not a good look for Mervox.
Dire's top tower.
They had, what was it, a 5,000 net worth advantage. Now they barely have a lead. I believe the lead is now going to be with Kopites. And Mervox, they're simply running with their heroes in, but they can't actually find a kill in exchange. They just lose too much. They need BKBs for the Gyrocopter. They need BKBs for their other heroes too. They'll be able to grab Katsu up, but he has a charge. There is no way to actually capture the Spirit Breaker, even if you have Playhard coming in. Oh, but with the charge now on cooldown, can he actually find a teleport out? It shouldn't be possible. He will end up going down. So a good kill to find, but it is a lot of space. They actually had to come in with 4 heroes to be able to get that. They're going to go through the gate as Anya's position is going to be revealed. So it's the arena that comes out. It's Kui who will teleport in, and as Playhard comes in over, has the threat of that lasso. So Anya really, again, 4 heroes on top of Anya, and they'll be able to get the job done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has been denied.
They're playing with the Viper mid that doesn't scale as well as the Nature's Prophet, despite of the nerfs coming into the Nature's Prophet. Right, you have to consider his stat gain has been nerfed quite a bit, but it does seem like these teams, they still want to play with the Nature's Prophet. Wards being planted down towards that cliff near the tier 2 on the mid side. As Playhard, he is going to jump in. The Mars is actually going to go in forward too, but before he can use the arena, he'll actually get hit by a ton of abilities and will end up going down to Chucky and his power shot. Playhard, meanwhile, cannot actually do much over here. He is going to try to take down the Snapfire. It won't be possible. Mervox once again bungling the initiation there, and I'm not really sure if that initiation was ever going to work out because they didn't actually bring in the numbers. They just came in with 3 of their heroes, 2 of them happened to be supports. Meanwhile, the Gyrocopter was farming away. The Nature's Prophet was not present either, he never teleported in. It is going to be Roshan as the prize for Kopites. They'll be able to pick up the Aegis. And make their way out.
Radiant are scanning.
Hunting bounties.
Reach your impossible with the AI-powered Legion Pro 7i, Lenovo Legion.
Making its way towards the Tide Hunter. And it's back to farming for Mervox. I feel like this game is going to go a bit later than usual, maybe past that 40-minute mark, because both teams are trying to hit their critical mass before they're comfortable going in for full-on 5v5 clashes. They're content with skirmishes. They're content with, you know, going for pickoffs, trying to get as much as they can, but it's just scraps. They haven't really gone for the main course quite just yet.
I'm farming land 'cause I'm a winner.
Not, he'll go in with the arena, finds the spear. Hatchet throws out the Ravage, as it is the arena that is protecting Nos. However, towards that backline, Playhard makes a play. Cassie, though, he found the 2-man bash, as Anya will end up going down first, and it's their Tide Hunter who end up going down second. Young G on a triple kill, and no one from Mervox has fallen. It'll be just a desperate disengagement by Chucky, but he's still hanging around here. Does he really want to go in? He'll be able to at least secure 1 kill. However, they were a bit distracted. Kui was able to take Jolibe down, a dominating streak, and Mervox certainly, no questions asked, will be that team fight's winners. 1200 gold for their Gyrocopter. That is a huge loss for Kopites. An MKB built up for Young G, as he can break through the win run quite easily now if he wants to.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hmm. Once again, initiation by Nats. The rebuke did miss. But there's a break coming in on towards the Tide Hunter. I wonder where the break is coming in from. It is that Silver Edge. The Silver Edge also caps the target's movement speed at 200. So this is actually... and the debuff is not dispellable. So unless you have a BKB, you can't actually do anything against the Silver Edge break once it comes out.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Might be a play towards that high ground as Playhard goes in with the blink. Finds the lasso as Jollibee ends up going down. Troublesome now as even the Viper gets grabbed up inside of the arena. Stock uses the BKB, so can close the gap there. Has that survivability. Chucky goes in with the focus fire as even the Snapfire buys back into this fight. Unfortunately, they can't actually do much to Mervox. They need the Ravage to be able to fight. As Mervox are going to be really happy about that buyback. They'll just focus their efforts on some of these outer tier 2 towers. Wait for the next stages, take the next stages, and then go high ground. At least that's the theoretical plan in their minds. No detection available. As Queez sees Chucky. Gyrocopter is also coming in, but decides to go back with his Nature's Prophet. They throw out the Nature's Wrath. Tormentor is being picked up by Kopites. They will be able to acquire it. Chucky will have the Gale Force as they try and disengage, but it's actually going to be Hatchet who will get caught out. A decent enough kill. He doesn't have the same net worth as he did a while ago, but the skill still gives about 700 gold, so Mervox are going to be happy with that. 12,000 of a lead built up by them now, as it's the Wind Ranger Chucky that needs to be careful.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, now as he's going in on towards the Batrider, Playhard is visible in his sights. Or should be soon, is now visible in his sights. He will wind run forward. Shouldn't have used the Gale Force if he truly wanted the kill, but I suppose Playhard could have used the Force Staff, could have used the Blink Dagger, had a host of abilities to be able to make his way out. And the real objective for Mervox, of course, are these objectives. They have their sights set on the win.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
BKB has started wearing off. I wonder where Chucky is expected to get his damage from. Is it just the Maelstrom lightning strikes? Because that's not enough. There is an incoming charge on top of Playhard. He will get hit by the bash. As Cassie throws out the Nether Strike and Playhard will end up going down.
Dire are scanning.
Chucky.
Don't need roads.
Rather, it's a Mervox who are going to be in the triangle.
There's too many guns.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under
Viper going to get grabbed up, but it's Hagen who comes in with the Ravage. Young Ji has the BKB and the Satanic, but can he get it off in time? He cannot. Young Ji has fallen as Mervox are going to now start scrambling back to retreat, but they will not be able to find solace in their numbers. It is going to be Kui who will end up falling, as it is also Nas who got grabbed up. So the Mars has been lost too. Nearly a full team wipe. They don't really care about the Batrider making it out of that alive. As Kopites are proving that it's you know, once they have that Ravage and when they come at Mervox with their initiation, they are able to come out on top. Mervox simply cannot do a single thing about this. However, if at any point where you're able to actually pop that Satanic, you can just turn things around. Chucky will be able to pick up the Aegis.
As the arrow flies.
Play hard. Will get hit by the Nether Strike and should end up going down. Focus Fire, easy enough kill to find, as they even grab up the Shrine of Wisdom. So Kopite certainly, once again, they had a near 10,000 lead against them. They are able to bring it back.